Like I said, a little background on myself. I'm an engineer developer. I've been doing development in the social media space probably for the last 12 years, more so focused on building platforms and tools that, leverage social media for marketers and, big brands. And kind of led me to this journey in Facebook Messenger. But Cliff, you want to give an intro to what you do real quick?
Yeah, so hi everybody, Cliff Worley. I work with Damon John from ABC Shark Tank, and I manage the digital strategy for our Shark Tank companies as well as Damon. I've spoken at InfusionCon the last 2 years, PartnerCon as well, and Sir and I have worked together on a lot of the tools and platforms that he builds, and we get to apply those to Damon's audience and also some of our Shark Tank companies as well. So we have a great partnership.
Yeah, definitely. So it works out. I'm Dev and he's Biz is kind of how it works. So we took the route of deciding that Messenger was the best suit for us to build a platform. And the reasons are obvious at times when you can say that, close to 1 billion people have this platform and app that you can use and leverage. It's already mobile ready. We all know that everybody has a phone, so that means everybody can access the content through Facebook Messenger. And one of the most important things is that a lot of people are already dedicating revenue, not the revenue, but spending to Facebook and Facebook ads. And usually you're spending the ads to point to your fan page at times. And you want to be able to leverage this even more to say, let's take our fan page to the next level, meaning that let's have more dialogue and more conversation with our audience through Messenger and through a chat bot. And this is always a cool stat that I like to speak to is that a lot of times people will say, well, Messenger, we don't know if it's going to stay around. Young people don't use Messenger. They use Snapchat. And this, sums up a lot of what people don't realize is that Facebook Messenger is just a standard in our digital life now. Facebook is, not Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger is a byproduct of Facebook. So 7 out of 10 Snapchat users have Facebook Messenger. So once again, either if your audience is older or younger, you should be able to reach them through the platform Messenger. So I just wanted to put together a couple of cases where how people are using chatbots for either their brand, small business or store. And a lot of them are obvious, but people aren't doing these as much as they should be. So shopping is an obvious chatbot to be able to have your store through the chatbot where people can say specifically what they're looking for through a search query. Having a FAQ where a lot of the redundant questions that are asked about a product can just all be plugged inside of a chatbot and people can access it super easy. And then basically news and content, a lot of stuff like blog posts. I know to be successful, you need to have content about whatever your product is. So people are going to be looking for answers about your product. Having your product and having your content available through Messenger once again, so people can search what they want, when they want, and how they want. Lead generation, being able to collect emails and data through Messenger that can help you with your campaigns that are outside of just of Messenger. So I know with Infusionsoft, it's a real powerful CRM, and this can just help and assist in adding users as well as adding tags to your contact library. And then event guides and promotions. If you're doing any type of events, this can be an assistant for your audience as far as finding out information, where it is, when it is, how much it costs, buy a ticket, a lot of things. And these are just some real basic ideas that you can use for Messenger. And in shopping, it's got, in shopping, a lot of times what Facebook Messenger has allowed to do is that if you want to send a receipt to a user through Messenger after they buy a product, that's a feature that Facebook has. So imagine somebody purchases a product, they get the receipt on their Messenger, and now once you send that message, that means you can message them again after that on the daily about products, coupons, or whatever. So it's real powerful as far as what you can do. I think the biggest thing is kind of figuring out what your objective is, and then, putting a strategy together for a bot to help you on that. And this is just kind of showing you, if you haven't seen, what the interface looks like inside of Facebook Messenger and what we consider a bot. So when you see a bot, you'll have two different ways to navigate, and they'll give you buttons to click on to move around the bot and see content, or usually you can do text as well, meaning you can just say what you want to do. So imagine, for the most part right now, there's only, I believe they want to say like there's 20,000 bots, but any fan page basically can turn into a bot. And in the near future, it's going to be expected that when I go to Macy's on Messenger, that I'm going to get an experience that lets me do multiple things besides just message Macy's about what I'm looking for. And this is CNN's bot, and this is more of a content delivery bot, where it basically pushes recent stories, allows you to search CNN's stories to your desire. So example one is kind of the storefront, allowing users to browse the items in the store, and as well as, and these ones don't have pictures, but you can have the pictures of the items before people purchase. And then a lot of times the first question is how are people going to find the bot that we've made or created? And right now, and like I said, Facebook just opened up the ability to make a bot in April. So we've been 6 months really. So we're really talking about the infant stages of how this is all going to happen. So right now there's 5 ways. I only have 4 on here, and I'll tell you the 5th way. But the searching ability is the most common way people will find your bot, meaning you go on Facebook Messenger, in the search box, type whatever you're looking for, that chat bot or fan page comes up, and to start the process. We've got the URL, meaning that any bot or messenger that is created, you can access it or have people get to it through a URL. Super easy, m.me, and then your user fan page. So anytime you're trying to promote your bot through a campaign, you can post a URL to have people go directly to your Facebook Messenger bot. Oh, let's back up. And then Facebook allows you to have what they call the messenger code, which is basically a QR code so that you can apply that to material outside of the web. So essentially, if you have an event and you want people to find the bot that tells people more about the event, you would have this code on your event flyer, and people would point their phone at it, and then it would open up the chat bot. And then through desktop, you access the bot, your Facebook bot, through just clicking on the message icon on your Facebook fan page. And the last way Facebook just added it, and I don't have it on here, but you can actually purchase advertising that promotes your bot the same way as when you buy ads on Facebook to up your numbers on your fan page. So what you would be doing is purchasing ads on Facebook that would help promote your bot. So kind of going back over how people would find a bot if you wanted to have one. They search for it, and that organically, the URL, meaning buttons on your website, you can have in your email campaign that's telling people to come to the bot, or you can have the messenger code for live events, or just on your website as well for people to find it. Facebook fan page desktop version, meaning if somebody comes to your fan page, they click the message button, that will activate the bot to start. So that kind of gave you an overview of the many, like, real surface of kind of the bot landscape, and then just kind of wanted to go into what bitbot.ai does as a platform. It's multifaceted, and the whole objective of bitbot.ai was to help people create a bot that's, one, engaging, and two, can hold content and still be able to be a lead generating platform. So the different ways, there's what we call chat stories, which is building the dialogue from the dialogue and answer from a question-answer perspective. Scheduled messaging based on time, and as well as being able to filter messages based on what users have done. WordPress integration, you can add WordPress where the bot will be able to search your WordPress website and show results to the users. So essentially just bringing your whole WordPress site inside of Messenger. Polls and quizzes, just a way to engage your audience and as well as collect leads. So I know a lot of times, not a lot of times, but with Infusionsoft, if you have a survey, the survey will then kick off a campaign based off of tags. So this is just kind of like another vehicle that you can use to add to your Infusionsoft tools. And then the event guide, which kind of helps you with the event as far as managing and maintaining an event. Hey, Cliff, are you on the phone right now? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, so I wanted you to just speak to the Damon bot real quick.
Yep.
That we're working on.
Yeah, so one of the things or a couple of things that we always get questions on, we wanted to find an easy way to basically send a lot of fans and followers to get a lot of those questions asked. So, Damon goes around the country, he speaks, he's on Shark Tank every Friday. So we're really trying to figure out where can we send everybody versus just sending them to a website or junior email and trying to nurture them to Infusionsoft, but where can we go to kind of have an area where people can get these frequently questions answered. And so, we usually get 5 questions. One is, how do I get an investment from Damon? How do I get on the Shark Tank? How do I book Damon for a speaking event? And how do I book Damon for a meeting? And then usually Damon's always got some type of polling question that he asks. So now we've built all this within his chat bot. So now we can, when someone says, how do I get on to Shark Tank, then we can say, just go to Damon's bot and you'll be able to find that information out. The good thing is that once people get that information, then they can see other things that they may be interested in as well. So, we do have Damon's store built into it. We do have a lot of free content, books, things like that built in there. So that way we can serve a lot of people through one device at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. So that bot, where it's almost done, we're still working on that, but it'll be real exciting. And then as far as also with scheduled messaging, when the show comes on, to be able to send the message to everybody, hey, we're about to start right now, come check it out. So that's a real powerful tool. So the scheduled messaging, and I was just talking about it real quick, allows you to send a message to your audience that's subscribed. So any user that comes to your bot is automatically a subscriber, and they have the option to unsubscribe from your list. But when they come in, they're a subscriber, and if they're a subscriber, that means you can send them a message, one message a day, and in that message, you can do 2 things. You can send, photo, video, audio, and as well as you can have multiple messages based on the actions of the user. So if you have a poll that is asking people, how big is your business? Is it 1 to 15, 2 to 30, and so on. So you can say, I only want to send this message to everybody who's answered this 2 to 5 question. Oh, I wanted to show this. I'm going to skip this. So with the Infusionsoft integration, this is kind of like our first iteration with Infusionsoft. We plan to go a little bit deeper, but we figured this was a good place to start. So any poll or survey that is created, if you attach your Infusionsoft account to bitbot.ai, what it will do is any user that answers any questions, tags will be added to that user, appropriate tags. So for each user that takes a poll, it will add the question, and then it will add the answer that they selected. So then essentially you can have campaigns and email campaigns based on what answers people have selected in a survey or a poll. Future things we plan to do is be able to, import your store items into bitbot.ai, and then be able to have your storefront available on there. So that's future, but for right now, the polls and surveys are fully integrated and will add tags associated with how people are answering the questions. WordPress integration is super simple. It's a plugin that's installed on a WordPress site, and essentially at that point the bot can search the website for articles, and it kind of does two things. It gives them kind of an overview of it and a summary, and then after you click restore, it takes you directly to the website, so that way you don't lose traffic at all. But this still gives users the ability to search your content and just engage with your brand. Polls, quizzes, and surveys are super powerful. Like a lot of times they're already done an SMS on web, Facebook and Twitter, but I think this is real powerful in that, once again, people are going to answer the questions more truthfully inside of a messenger because it's not a public arena. So I think you can get a lot of valuable information through surveys. And polls and quizzes is more of an engagement piece to be able to, have your audience just interact with your brand. And all of these messages and polls can be require email enabled, which means that before somebody takes a poll, somebody takes a quiz, or receives a message, they would have to give the email up. So a lot of times, as far as the free download content strategy can be applied inside of Messenger, in that you can, to get the message, and the message will have the link for your download, they would have to input their email. Yeah, the event guide is we're working with a few different festivals, and this is a specific feature where if you're having an event, almost like PartnerCon. I know a lot of times, like I went to PartnerCon, and I made this based off of me going to Infusion Cons and PartnerCons, is that I would always have to have a browser window open to figure out which module I wanted to go to, what day, and whatever. So now, this tool allows you to just say what's going on right now, and then it would show you all the breakout sessions for that moment. So for me personally, it was something that was like, this needs to be made so that I don't have to have my browser window always open and swiping back and forth. And that's basically a quick overview of how we kind of see the landscape of chatbots, and how bitbot.ai is leveraging Facebook to allow brands to help market better and to capture leads. So
yeah, this is really exciting stuff, you guys. Thank you so much for jumping in here and showing us all of this.
Appreciate having us on, and definitely as we add more stuff, we'd definitely like to, come on and share just more what we see and, what we're adding to the platform.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be following, and Yeah, I can't wait to get my own, because I see a lot of different ways that we can use this here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is exciting stuff. Very cool, very cool. Well, thanks again, you guys.